Hello everyone and welcome once again to the FN Studios. I am your host John Ramdeen and this is Fight News Now Extra. Robin Black will be by in a little bit to help me make sense of the day's events. In the news today, the Punk opens up about a controversial subject and a former UFC champion backs his sentiments. The CSAC is taking a stand on TRT use, and the World Series of Fighting CEO Ray Sefo dishes out on Friday's main event matchup between John Fitch and Josh Burkman. That's what's going on in the world of MMA. Now it's time for some backstory. Former Strikeforce lightweight champion Josh Thomson recently made some contentious comments about gay marriage. The AKA standout stated that allowing gays to marry would be the same as allowing adults to marry kids or animals. Former UFC 170-pound champion Pat Miletich chimed in, lending his support to Thomson via social media by stating Josh is spot on. Well, I'm pretty sure that the San Jose-based fighter will not be getting any fans from the gay and lesbian community with an attitude like that, but I have a feeling he could give a rat's ass. The California State Athletic Commission has put their foot down when it comes to testosterone replacement therapy. On Monday, the CSAC amended their stance on TRT use by limiting the administration because they felt they didn't want to follow an underground policy. The commission says that until there is some legislation in place, that fighters will not be able to be on testosterone while fighting in the Golden State. And lastly, we are literally hours away from the welterweight showdown between John Fitch and Josh Burkman when the two collide in a rematch in the main event of the World Series of Fighting 3, which goes down at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. The organization's figurehead and former K1 star Ray Sefo weighs in on what fans should expect from the card.
Main event, John Fitch versus Josh Burkman, which is an amazing main event because these two met 7 years ago, and now it's, they meet again 7 years later. Both different fighters. Josh Burkman has fought twice for World Series of Fighting already, and his last fight against Aaron Simpson, we didn't expect it to go the way it did, and he was able to stop Aaron Simpson in amazing fashion in the first round. So that being said, Fitch is an amazing fighter, but he's an intelligent guy. He understands that the Josh Burkman he's facing this coming Friday is not the same guy he faced 7 years ago. So that being said, it makes it for an amazing, exciting fight. So I'm looking forward to that.
Joining me now, my pal, Mr. Robin Black. And Robin, we got to make sense of what is going on in San Jose, California. Former Strikeforce champion Josh Thomson. What in the world is this guy talking about?
I don't know, man. It's really every week we got to talk about one of these guys' idiotic comments. I mean, the funniest thing, or the most offensive thing this guy said was when he said, I am smart enough to know. And
that it's a gateway into adults marrying kids or animals. There's no way he can believe this.
No true, smart, analytical human being who looks at history, looks at the culture, looks at anything, thinks that if we allow or, accept men marrying men or women that are in love marrying each other, that somehow dudes are going to marry their pickup trucks and their turtles and their dog and stuff. Like, that's just insane. There are two reasons he'd say that. One is he's a liar who has some other feeling culturally or religiously that he's against it, that he's not proud or brave enough to state, so he says this absurd concept. Or two, he's a dummy who believes it because he watches too much Fox News. Both of those are offensive and both of those are ridiculous. And I don't know what guys like this are thinking. You're going to lose 40% of your fan base to make some ridiculous statement. What's the theory called? Where does it end? Man, like, where does this end?
Yeah, who knows? And of course, Pat Miletich lending his support to Thomson, saying, I've got your back. I agree 100% with what you're saying.
He works for Showtime, right?
Yeah, well, he did work for Showtime. Just no more Strikeforce, no more Pat Miletich gigs for the time being. But of course, you would have to imagine that the UFC has to take some sort of stance on these comments made by Josh Thomson, because recently Matt Mitrione making his comments about Fallon Fox, Nathan Diaz making his comments, and now Josh Thomson has something to say about the gay and lesbian community. And of course, the UFC has to take matters into their own hands, and of course he'll probably be disciplined, but who will discipline this guy? The head of UFC Fighter Affairs and Discipline, and that will be Matt Hughes. So when Josh Thomson either gets a phone call or goes into the office, Pat Miletich probably called his old buddy Matt Hughes to say, hey, take it easy on this guy.
Okay.
This is the way things went down at the Miletich Academy. Again, we don't know what Matt Hughes really feels, but there's a good chance this isn't the first time he's heard comments like this made.
Hey, Joshy. Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. Hey, Josh. Yeah, it's just out hunting and killing stuff and stuff. Hey, listen, what you said totally makes sense. I mean, you let these gay people marry each other. Next thing you know, guys are going to be marrying their dogs. But we can't let you say that, man. Dana's going to be mad. So, you know, let's give you a small fine. It's ridiculous, man. Realistically, like, either you got to shut these guys up entirely, because, to be honest, my friends and family and people, we all are fans of the sport. People watching at home are fans. People are going to start thinking we're all stupid.
They already do.
Listening to what these idiots have to say and cheering for a guy like Josh Thomson, who literally comes out and says, I am smart enough to know this. Josh Thomson, you are an idiot.
And you said moving forward that you were a fan of Josh Thompson's fighting style, the way he carried himself.
I'm still a fan. And hey, listen, my job is to analyze this guy. I'll talk about the guy's incredible skill and incredible technique and how good he looks in a fight. But somewhere, no matter how professional I am, in my mind, I'm going to be thinking, this guy's a bigot and an idiot. And listen, I'll do my best to analyze his fight. So will you. People will still try to be a fan of this guy. But come on, man. It's just one after the other of these morons. Somebody educate these people on reality.
Okay, we go from a negative to a positive. Las Vegas, Nevada, the site of World Series of Fighting 3, a fantastic main event that the organization has put on, a rematch between John Fitch and Josh Burkman. Over the last little while, you've been raving about how impressed you are with Josh Burkman. Not really the same fighter that he was in the UFC.
Man, Josh Burkman does look phenomenal. He's in great shape. He's explosive. His wrestling has always been good. He's a perfect example of one of these guys who, you know, gets cut from the UFC and continues to evolve and continues to build, and he just looks fantastic. He's lost one fight in his last bunch, and that was to Jordan Mean, a young killer. He's really good, but John Fitch is an animal. It's a great fight. It really is a great fight.
Robin, don't forget the countdown is on. Father's Day is just a few short days away, and to help us get ready for this special day, our peeps at Schick are helping us celebrate by giving away an awesome prize pack, and all you have to do is encourage your old man to make a change. Tweet us at FightNet, #FN Father's Day, and tell us why your dad needs a change. Or you can also go to our Facebook wall and add your 2 cents there. The bag includes a $200 gift certificate for Good Life Fitness, Schick Hydro 5 disposable blades, Hydro shave cream, and a bunch of other stuff that I know you're all gonna love. Don't go anywhere. More Fight News Now Extra is still to come.
Josh Thompson, get your head out of your ass.